Ladies and gentlemen, the world is crazy, and that's why you have a truth train. Because the only way to know what's going on and what's insane and what's sane is by jumping on board, buying a ticket, and trusting your locomotive operator, Dex Carrington, and me, of course, Anders McCauley, here on the Truth Train. Remember to subscribe.
Yep.
And like this podcast.
100%. And tell your friends and your coworkers and your boss.
You know, you do what you want to do. But the point is, I found a mistake. I was trying to, like, a friend of mine who was like, okay, is it on Apple Podcasts? And I was like, I'm pretty sure it is. And it wasn't.
Right.
So I have to fix that. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know anything. So I have to do some Googling. But anyway, we're on the platforms. We're out there.
But we're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify.
Why is Apple so great?
I don't know. Who uses that? I've never used it. Apple Podcast?
Maybe. I don't know.
We're
very good at this. We're very professional at
we're
this.
professional people.
Listen.
We have a line of people, like a team.
Yeah.
Right here.
And none of them told us about Apple. That's how little it matters. Anyway, this is the analogy I like to use for people, right? They go, a lot of people come to me, they go, listen, I get it, right? There's a truth train. There's a locomotive operator, and times are crazy. But what does it all mean?
Yeah.
If you go to a children's amusement park, right? It's chaotic. There's ice cream over there. You know, there's a couple of rides over there. There's like a pond with ducks over there. But how do you figure out what's what, right? You get on the little train.
Yeah.
And the little train takes you through the whole kid amusement park.
Right.
And then once you've gotten off the train, now you know what you're doing, and now you can make informed choices inside the amusement park. Well, guess what? The world is an insane children's amusement park.
It is.
And this is the train you need to get an overview.
So let's just start off with something we didn't plan, but I was like thinking, because like let's break down some heavy news stories, just like off the top of the program here. Okay, Brigitte Macron, right? Does she have a penis or does she not have a penis? These are the questions people are asking.
Everyone wants to know.
That's how insane we are now.
Right.
First of all, can I just say, if Brigitte Macron, who is that? Well, it's the wife of Emmanuel Macron, the president of France.
Right, yeah.
He married, he got together with a woman, or allegedly a man, whatever. He was 38, like the theater, or she was a 38-old theater teacher, and he was 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the age gap here.
Nice.
Okay. So
I want him to be in charge of my country.
So he married his old teacher, right? Mm-hmm. And he was 15, so it's like illegal. And so they go, no, but we didn't start fucking until we were 16. Like that's like the story. But they started like hanging out. Like a 38-year-old woman was hanging out with a 15-year-old boy. Okay?
Okay.
And now, of course, this woman called Candace Owens, who is
delightful.
A delightful person.
Delightful woman.
She screams on the internet about maybe there's like this pedophilia ring thing going on, right?
Satanism.
Satanism and, drinking blood and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Like, again, Alex Jones, fine, father, probably,
Probably, hey, just as good of a father as David Icke.
Probably, yes.
No, I'm just saying.
Family man.
Openness is a good thing. I spoke to someone this weekend who made the following statement. Hey, if someone comes to me with a wacky idea, I'm curious. Hey, tell me more about that wacky idea.
Exactly, yeah.
We're an open podcast.
So he was a guy who was talking about like these sex trafficking rings, and that there were young children and an island, and there was high financial whatever.
There were files as well,
and files, and like a honeypot operation going on,
right?
And there was like some conspiracy going on blah 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 with rich people and an island and pedophiles and stuff. Okay, he was a crazy guy. What a bunch of nonsense. And then Epstein came along, and it was like, wow. Who knew? And also, so like, a broken clock is right twice a day, of course, but also, we should be listening. It's so easy to say that people are crazy, but here's the point. it's so easy to ruin the whole court case with Candace Owens with this Brigitte Macron thing, right?
Okay.
Because the only thing she have to do, go into court, pull down her pants, and just show the courts what's going on.
Right.
That's a case closed.
Such a simple case.
But instead, I don't know if everybody knows this, but the French government, Emmanuel Macron, went to Trump and asked him to ask Candace Owens to stop it.
To stop it.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that.
I think you underestimate how little normal people don't fall asleep to political commentary like you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. So let me ask you, because the reason I'm raising all of this,
right.
I'm asking these questions here because I want to ask you, what do you what would you do in this situation? You have a wife, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the two scenarios. You have a wife. She is a woman. Mm-hmm. But there's a podcaster in a foreign country that keeps talking about that you are actually married to a man who's posing as a woman.
Right.
How would you solve this on an international level?
I would create an Onlyfans account.
Yeah.
And I would just...
As a president, you're the president of France right now.
Of course I am.
You would start an Onlyfans account.
First move.
As the French president.
First move.
Right.
Because a lot of people would think, listen, here's what we need to do. Because, I mean, obviously you can't take a picture of this woman naked and post that on the internet because people say like AI and this and that. Mm. Has to be a live stream, like Muhammad Ali and Frazier, Rumble in the Jungle kind of thing, or like Elvis live from Las Vegas, or like you get the idea. So anyway, first thing you do, start an OnlyFans. All right, screw the court case and like the jurors or whatever, but you just say like the long-awaited ticket, right? And you just promote this stuff like crazy.
Like the French government's own OnlyFans account.
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
And it's 6,000 euros a ticket. And not only that, but you say only so many available. They're scalping, like people that are killing each other. Like there's criminal activity around the tickets, and like people are flying like to Kathmandu and like selling them to rich Dubai entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And then once you get in your first 60 million,
why did they go to Kathmandu? Forget about it. Okay, continue.
Listen, I'm just saying it's very complex.
Yeah.
Anyway, once you make your first 60 million pounds, then you release another tsunami of tickets and you just make so much money.
Yeah.
And then you release the film and it's just her naked and she twirls around a couple times.
And either there's a penis or there's not.
That's it.
A penis.
That's it. But people pay that money. And then you take all the money and you flee.
Yeah, but you're the president of France. It's the government's money.
Yeah, but no, listen, the OnlyFans... Technically, because it's my wife, right? So that can't just go to the government, right? Listen, if your wife sets up an OnlyFans account, that shouldn't go to the government, right? That's an old saying in France.
It is an old saying. I think Napoleon was one of the guys
who first said that. But don't you think that's a genius idea though? Because this is not going to end well anyway, so you might as well get rich.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly,
yes.
If you're the president of France and some podcaster in a foreign country is saying that your wife is a man, and that you're part of like this Satanist ring, that sacrifice child, whatever, some children on an altar.
You're drinking blood of children.
Drinking blood, yeah. Start an OnlyFans account and then sell tickets and then flee the country. That's your grown-up opinion? As a thinking man with an MBA?
Listen, calm down here, because the way you're going about this all wrong. First of all, if you
yes, I'm wrong.
Because if you go to Candace Owens and you say, "Come on, stop doing this," right? She's gonna go, "Well, we knew she was a man." Right? And if you go, "Hey, we don't even care about what you're saying," and it's just like, well, it's exactly what someone who's a man would do. So you're going to lose either way here. This is all a sinking ship. No one likes Macron anymore anyway because of all the immigration issues and stuff like that. So he's overdue for what's it called when they put Napoleon on an island? What's that called? Isolation? No. Like when they ostracize him from society. What's that called?
Yeah, I just watched that movie.
What?
Napoleon.
What's
and, yeah. He was
not ostracized, but they
exile.
So anyway, what I would do then is like once this OnlyFans is blowing up, okay? The cash is rolling in.
Yeah.
Now because I'm going to be put in exile anyway, I'm going to launch a second episode, right? Okay? Where maybe some freaky stuff happens, right? Maybe there's a couple of midgets dancing next to my wife, And so it's going to get more freaky, I promise. And then I get in a bunch more money and then suddenly I plan an overthrow of my own government and I get put into exile with my money.
Okay, so it's pretty much like a Napoleon OnlyFans blunder.
I just think that a lot of people would see like this as a problem that needs to be somehow rectified, but that's all wrong. This is all just one big money-making opportunity, and that's what I'm putting forward.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you gave us a piece of your mind.
What about you? Do you think something different? What would you do?
Well, I mean, I think Candace Owens... Because this is such a strange case, right? She's alleging that his wife is a man, right? Okay. Which, by the way, is not a crime in itself.
No.
Like, there's nothing wrong. Let's say if I'm with a guy, but it poses as a woman, well, that's my business and my woman's business. Like, that's none of your business. We can do whatever the hell we want. Yeah. You can be, a furry or whatever. Like, whatever kicks your... you're a monkey. So my point is, it's not if Brigitte Macron is a guy,
yeah.
Well, that's her business. That's none of my business. It's none of your business. It's none of anyone's business.
Right.
So that's not a crime. And okay, she hid it for a while, and that's not a crime. It's not a crime pretending that you're a woman. It's not a crime. It's not a good PR stunt, though.
No.
It's not great for PR.
But to back up Candace, I say it's a pretty smart move, just accusing people of being the opposite sex. Because now you got a lot of power, and you're putting them in a predicament. Obviously, it matters because she's very excited about disproving it.
So that's not a crime in itself. So how to solve this? I mean, Tim Dillon, he said like she should just go into court and just pull her pants down.
Yeah,
that's his idea,
right?
Which I think is a fine idea.
So
but she doesn't owe, or he, whatever it is, it doesn't owe people anything.
It doesn't owe us anything.
It doesn't owe us whatever the outcome is, like the outcome of what it is.
Right.
This situation, not that it is something.
Yeah.
Right?
Smooth.
Right, thank you. So my point is I think there should be some pictures on the beach with the president and his woman going for there's some paparazzi photo where planted paparazzi photo. People do that,
right.
Like it's like they pretend that they're having, like somebody took my picture while I was helping these children. Right. So, go on the beach, go into the ocean, show us a little bit of that skin, and then maybe we can see for ourselves what's going on.
Right. You just want a bikini, basically.
Yeah, I think a bikini photo would solve a lot of the problems that we have here.
Right. You're demanding bikini photos.
So that's that. So that's one way to do it. Because now it's blowing up.
Right.
It's gaining traction now. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yep.
It's picking up speed big time because like now it's going to court.
Yeah.
They sued Candace Owens. Like, you should drop it or we'll sue you. And she said, let's meet in court. She wants to see the dick.
Wow.
This is what's happening.
Okay.
Right? So that's that, and then you have the Israel thing with the war criminal guy Tony Blair is taking over, which is great news for whatever that is.
Right.
So that's the news of the day. That's what's going on.
Right.
That's the world we live in now.
Do you think Trump should have won the Peace Prize?
No.
Okay.
How can you solve Listen, that guy is so funny. He's talking about like, I solved the peace in the Middle East. No, but you have been funding it too.
Yeah.
So So it's interesting how, like, hey, I stopped the war I was funding. What?
I solved the Middle East.
I solved the Middle East, which I've been funding and been giving weapons to.
Yeah.
All the weapons that have been bombing these people in Gaza is from the US, which I have now stopped. Like, what? How does that make any sense?
It's great.
It's crazy.
You grab someone on the street, you start beating them up. And when you stop beating them up, you're a hero.
Look at me. I stopped beating up this guy.
Look at me.
I am a peaceful person.
I'm helping people.
I'm helping now. So, that guy, you can say whatever you want about him, but I mean, he's off the reservation.
Okay.
He's losing. The MAGA, I read this today, the MAGA camp is like, there's two fractions within the MAGA now. There's the people who want to release the Epstein files and the ones who who don't want to release it.
Right.
And it's like internal fighting and stuff. And this the whole Charlie Kirk thing. It like everybody, it's a plant. It's everything is a conspiracy now, because when you don't have a government that is transparent, conspiracies rise.
Yep.
That's what happens.
There's more vaccine hesitancy now than there ever has been in the history of like modern medicine.
There you go.
Because of COVID.
There you go.
Yeah. So no one's vaccinating their kids anymore. That's out now.
So again, transparency is the way to. Free. So that's the topics of today. That's the news of the world.
Right.
Okay?
Because now you can go to a dinner party and be informed enough
Yes.
to just seamlessly blend in to the conversation.
That's 100%.
Like a kiwi going in as the last ingredient to a fruit smoothie.
That's true too.
That's you now.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So you can come right in there. So, Candace Owens, huh?
And also, I should just like mention in a short side topic here. AI is maybe the next bubble that's going to create the biggest financial crisis in the world ever.
Right.
Okay, so what's going on? Well, what I've been hearing, a lot of people have been saying, that's the Mike Trump. He has been like heavily investing in AI. And like America, Trump, like, bringing in Apple, they're building power plants, they're stealing energy from the grid, power the AI. Electrical bills in America has been going up in certain areas, and of course poor areas because that's where they have the grid. No, the AI plants. So what's happening is America don't really produce anything. They don't produce ships. They don't produce any cars. Like, they don't really produce anything. They don't have a big industrial base as they used to when they won the Second World War. You know about this. China, they do have a big industrial base. So if the AI fails, they have something to lean on. In America, they don't have anything. So that's the big controversy.
Right.
So if the AI bubble bursts, it's going to be hellish because they don't have anything else to lean on.
But look, I read about this stuff too, and I just figure like this makes me so depressed that I'm like suicidal 70% of the day if I read too much about this stuff.
Right.
So I don't know how you can even read about it, but don't you think that like the solution to this is to just like turn off the computer?
No. You know what the solution is?
What?
Buy gold.
Is it?
It is. Which is an all-time high, by the way. And I'm not selling it. I'm just saying that is a hard currency.
Yeah. It's increased by like 25% since I checked that price this summer. Yeah. So crazy.
I was thinking about putting $70,000 in gold.
Really?
Like 6 months ago.
Wow.
And I no, I'll wait.
Wow.
Should have done it.
Should have done it. Okay.
Anyway, so let's get to the topics at hand here. Okay.
Because look, I think like all the stuff you've just painted now is like, this is the reason why people are jumping off buildings and like starting antidepressants and getting divorced and like losing their children and stuff. So, the stuff all the stuff you mentioned, I go so dark, and then I figure like, listen, I should just focus on my tiny little world and then like pretend all the rest of it isn't happening. That's my strategy.
Right. And which is a fine strategy.
So good.
It's a great strategy.
So I coach people in that strategy.
But again, as we've been stating numerous times, this is a truth train.
Right.
And some people can't handle the speed of the truth.
That's true.
Right? And you get nauseous.
Yeah.
You can't handle the G's
Yeah.
because it's fast.
That's right.
So the world is murky. It's not a happy place all the time.
Yeah.
But that's the truth.
That's true.
Right?
Okay.
But something that I would want to ask you, which is important and maybe relates to your life more, right?
Right.
And you're maybe one of the most capable persons to ask or answer these questions.
Right.
If I can get a discount on cleaning supplies, would that be a good first date with a woman?
It's a great fucking question.
If I can get a discount on cleaning supplies, would that be a good first date? So basically, if you can go to a store and get discounts.
Hey, or maybe even you know a guy, all right?
Who's running a shop.
Or he even imports cleaning supplies that he sells to shops again.
Right.
Maybe he's wholesale.
But is this you think this question that is from an anonymous
Donor
of this podcast? Do you think that guy's like, okay, he's going to show her that he has cleaning supplies and that he cleans a lot?
I think it's a multifactorial element here.
Really? Enlighten me, please.
Because he actually called me earlier in the week and we already discussed this question.
So he's not anonymous.
Not anymore. Oh,
he
man.
used to be.
He used to be. But listen, this is genius because women, they love clean stuff. They like clean apartments, clean sheets, clean bathrooms. They like, clean couches and things that smell clean, newly washed clothing and perfumes, and things should be sterile and clean, right?
Right.
They love it. But at the same time, so just based on that information, you would assume that hey, guess what? I know a cleaning guy, okay? We can get chlorine and Ajax and all the best bleach and this stuff, and it costs nothing because I know the guy. Now, two elements here. I would think, right, for me personally, here's a man who knows people. He's connected to high-power individuals in the hygiene industry. Also, this is a guy who knows about chemicals. He's not afraid to remove 99.99% of bacteria from any given surface in his house.
Right.
He's no stranger to it.
No.
He's the perfect man. But at the same time, some women seem to not like discounts. Now, I've made a huge case
I've seen that.
I've made a huge case for bringing women to the discount meat market on the first date. And you call me crazy for it. So you know more about why are they allergic to discounts?
Well, I used to have an encounter with a woman that discounts and stuff. I don't know. It's something about if you're a discount hunter, that means that you can't afford the original price, which kind of gives up your status a little bit.
But ironically, you become rich if you are a discount. The discount hunting.
Well, you don't become rich.
You do.
It's not like the sweater is 50% off. You buy it and now you made 50% more money.
You did.
No, you can also avoid buying the sweater.
No, but you're already in the situation. Okay, look. Here's the deal, right? Okay, sushi buffet, 50% off. I get it. That's not an attractive discount. I get it. But my understanding is that women seem to not like discounts. Ooh, the more expensive, the better kind of thing. Right? I don't understand that because if you can get these discounts, now listen, if you're a guy who doesn't have a car, who just bikes around, maybe you only have one pair of shorts and you buy really all I'm saying is if you live cheaply, you can save a lot of money. That makes you rich. And now you can buy property. The guy who's dumpster diving ends up in a castle. And the guy who's trying to be really cool on a yacht, he ends up in the poorhouse.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think both sexes here have that it's not uncontroversial for a person who's now on a dinner with a woman or a man or whatever, and the person who's paying, I'll pay, but I also have a coupon.
Oh man. that's so good. Oh my God, I would love that. I would love to see it. Oh.
But do you think it's uncontroversial?
Wow. No.
Or is it controversial?
It's super controversial.
And why is that?
Because, like, just imagine this. Imagine this, too. If you're sitting there and you're going, hi, no, I'll take the bill, but I also have this coupon. And then she takes the coupon and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, this is for a different restaurant. Or, no, this expired a month ago, you know? And then you start arguing about the coupon. I mean, that's comedy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You know what I think, actually? Listen, I think if you're dating because you want to be seen with some sort of like fabulous, fancy, you know, woman about town,
yeah,
no, you shouldn't use the coupon. But if you if you want to meet the woman you're going to marry, then you use the coupon and you start arguing about the coupon. And if she likes that, then you know she likes you. Oh God, fine. It's controversial.
So you're kind of answering the question, right? So
yeah, but that's at a restaurant.
Yeah, but it's the same principle.
It isn't really, because you don't want to pay less for food, because then somehow you get this idea that they're giving you the less fresh sushi.
Forget about the sushi. The point is, you're going to a place and you buy a product. Either it's cleaning supplies or it's Indian cuisine, whatever it is. That is a discount situation. You're not paying full price. And so, if it is a problem buying a dinner and then also paying with a coupon because you want to have some, you know, some, what do you call it? Like you don't want to pay full price.
No, I had a coupon for these dumplings, actually.
Exactly, right? For the dessert, whatever it is, a free tiramisu. I have the ticket right here.
Yeah, I want the free
The point is, it's a discount situation, right? So
Yeah.
it applies to the same thing. So if you tell a person and look away from the sex situation, like a man, woman, whatever, gender situation. Or everything in between. You know, we're open here,
Right.
But the point is, it's frowned upon getting a discount or being a discount hunter.
Wait. So I should pretend not to appreciate a discount to impress someone who's
Yeah.
too stupid to seek out the discount?
But it's timing.
But okay,
It's
fine.
about timing.
I agree.
If you're married to this woman, she doesn't care about the coupon. She supports the coupon.
Right.
She like, yeah, did you bring the coupons? She's now, trying to help you out here. But in the beginning, you don't show up with the coupons.
Okay, but look.
Hey, I saved for a week for this dinner. I brought coupons too. She's leaving
You
you.
have a little book. You're flipping through the coupons.
She's now out of the deal.
It's like, oh no, that's Nesquik at a store. Hold on. No, but okay, look, I totally get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, part of like seduction.
It's
is-
about throwing away money and food.
It is. No, but listen, it's about throwing away money and food. I totally agree. Right? You can't be stingy. Okay. It's not about being stingy though. It's about this. If I can seek out an extremely attractive discount situation, wouldn't that be like, hey, I know a guy who can get you that jacket 50% off. You'd be like, really? Can you introduce me to that guy? You know what I mean? That's a situation. And I would say that anyone can go to the movies and anyone can go to a museum, but no one you know of can go see Henry who gets 50, who can get you that jacket 50% off. So I'm just saying, if you were to take someone on a first date to a cleaning supplies wholesaler to get a bunch of discounts off, Ajax and Kleenex and all this stuff, then it's like an event. It's like an extremely rare, exciting event. And then they meet Ramon, Hello, I'm Ramon.
But by the way, who's bringing a date to a cleaning supply store anyway?
It's original. And that's exactly, no one is. And I think they should be. And I think everyone's got this all wrong.
Completely insane. Why would you even do that? Like, what's the problem here?
What do you mean, what's the problem?
Nobody would bring a woman, hey, nice meeting you at that place where I paid with the coupons. I know about a discount cleaning store. Hello? It's insane.
Oh, wow.
And this anonymous, not anymore friend of yours He should be locked up and killed.
Wow, that's really. You know what's so funny about it? It's like I bet the reason he has all that money to donate to this podcast is because he uses those coupons and goes to and brings women to the discount cleaning store.
All this boils down to one thing. It's about actually basically what you're asking. Okay, from a male perspective.
Yeah.
How do you make a woman like you? You know what the trick is?
What?
Have a dog.
Yeah.
Have a dog.
That's it, huh?
That's the way to go.
Because
if you have a dog,
she's paying less attention to you.
people ask a lot. A lot of people are asking us, stopping us on the street.
Yep.
Well, we're not on the street, but on this oil tanker.
Right.
They're asking us, do a dog make a man more likable?
Right.
And the answer is yes.
Is it always yes?
And why is that? Well, it's because you take care of something. You can take care of something.
Right.
Right?
That's what they want.
That's what they want. And also, everybody loves like a dog. It means that if you have a dog, it's your companion.
Look, before we dive into this, I just want to say one last thing is, if they want a guy who can take care of something, I'll tell you who can take care of the cleaning situation.
Me and my discount.
And that's me and my discount buddy Ramon, where I get my cleaning supplies half off. You can meet him one day. I'm just saying. But I totally agree. And but you know what about
a lot of women stop a guy with a dog. Hey, can I pet him?
That's true.
I've seen it all. Like that's the only if you don't meet a woman online or you don't have the apps or whatever you do, buy a dog just for a while. Just have a dog for a while.
What do you mean just for a while? What do you do with it after? It lives 14 years.
Yeah, but just like, you meet a woman and they're like, oh, it's such a beautiful dog. You're like, hey, do you want to grab a coffee one day? And you bring the dog and blah, blah, and then you build a relationship. And if you don't want to keep the dog anymore because it's like too hassle, it doesn't work with your work life, it doesn't work with your situation you have, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, with your new job at Ramon's Cleaning.
just tell her the dog died.
Right.
It died. And then you just adopted someone else who can take care of it.
No, now they can find a girlfriend too.
Exactly.
It just keeps.
It's a dog that gives you women.
It's a dog that keeps on giving.
Yeah. And like, what happened? No, he had a tumor, and it happened so fast.
Right.
Really? But I just saw him the other day. Yeah, the tumor was pretty.
It's a quick one.
Quick tumor.
Faster than the speed of truth. They say.
Yeah. It was. But what happened? No, they had to put him to sleep. It was better to do it now than later because they couldn't do anything. Oh, my, that's so bad. You must feel horrible. Yes, I do feel horrible.
Right.
So, how about dinner?
Right.
With
no coupons.
No coupon. Well, what you can do, by the way,
Yeah.
I think this is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can make this happen.
Right.
You can go to a restaurant. You can come there earlier, like let's say 20 minutes earlier. You tell them, listen, I'm on a date with a woman, but I'm broke as shit. Why is that? Well, because I'm a podcaster. I don't make any money, right?
Right.
I have a dream and pain. So the point is, can I just pay for this dinner right now? This is what I'm going to order. I'm going to order this, that. And here's the coupons. And maybe I'll order more. But here's an amount of money that is guaranteed and the coupons. And if it goes over that, I'll pay the difference.
But just for the record, I'm not talking about people who are broke as shit. I'm talking about normal people who are not broke, but in fact getting richer by the minute because of their coupon use.
Yeah, but you don't get rich by spending money on things that you clean your apartment with.
Listen.
Unless you sell it.
Listen, as the old saying goes, the more you spend, the more you save.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
And so I'm just saying, people love a good dinner. Okay, look, but here's something about the dog thing. You know when you see these people on the street, look, golden retriever, Australian shepherd, husky, like these are all dogs that are gorgeous. And you look at them and you're just mesmerized by them. But some people walk around with really ugly dogs.
They do.
What's wrong with those people?
Yeah, the ugly dog situation. I don't really get it.
Yeah, no, like I've never understood it. Like, especially like that.
Yeah, the drooling dogs.
Yeah, the drooling dogs and the pit bull dogs and the ones that like can't breathe properly. Like
the French bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dying. Like they are slowly dying.
Yes.
Many of them actually I think die when they get a cold.
Oh,
because they can't breathe. They just die.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and then the tiny curly haired ones and the ones that are just too small, the Chihuahua ones.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are people thinking? I mean, look, a living thing that is accompanying you on the street is there to make you look better, not worse. Right?
Right?
So who walks into a place and goes, hey, what's the ugliest dog you got? You know? Like, how do they end up with these dogs?
I remember hanging out with a dog, a French bulldog. It was the ugliest dog I ever seen. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't walk. He looked like a guy who smokes way too much and then suddenly had to do a marathon. That was the dog. I can't take this.
Right.
And I was just like, and then I met the people who had the dog, of course. You know, it's this, gay couple.
Right.
Like, oh, what a beautiful dog. And it was drooling and it was dying. And it just like, and they were like just keeping him alive in agony.
Being ugly, too.
Being ugly, too.
Slatan had one of those dogs, too, when I was in Manchester.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
What's wrong with these people? I don't get it. And obviously there's some people who listen to this podcast who have a French bulldog. No, my dog is beautiful. I know. So is the kid of a person, right? My kid is beautiful, but it's not really. Okay? We're just saying you're wrong about that.
Yeah.
Okay? We know that you think that, but that doesn't mean that it's true, right? Just because you think it.
Yeah.
We're just spreading some truth here. It's a truth nugget.
I mean, I would say that being a human is, just a human being is a shitty thing.
Yes.
And I would say that, we're unconscious and we have no self-insight. And the majority of the time we're just obsessed with like sort of defending our terrible choices. And very few people are like curious about changing ourselves. My point is this. When you meet new people, it's all about diversions. That's why you have those sunglasses, to take attention away from your personality.
Of course.
Right? Same with your facial hair. Same with your jacket.
Hiding.
My hair. Right? It's like, look at the hair, look at the hair, look at anything but me.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Don't look at me, because then you can delay the time until they see the darkness in your soul.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so that's what life is about.
Yeah.
It's about making human connections, friendships, colleagues, going on dates, whatever, but try to delay the amount of time until they can see who you actually are. And so you need good distractions. Like a tie is a great one. Hey, look at this thing happening in the middle of my chest. Look how colorful it is. And so a dog, the whole point of a dog, right, other than a best friend and blah, 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 is a great distraction. So why wouldn't you want a gorgeous dog that captures people's attention? You don't want a dog where they go, ugh, look at that thing. Who in the right mind would get that? And now they're really focusing on you. Like, what's wrong with him?
If you want to have a great life, create a diversion.
That's it. That's it.
That's the way to live.
It is.
And that's the way to live, because if you have a face and it's not great, make something else crazy.
Make something happen.
Yeah, make something. That's what all the artists do.
Yeah.
Like Lady Gaga, she shows up on a red carpet with a meat dress.
Meat dress, yeah.
Meat dress, right? Like, and then you're like, it's a distraction for something else, and it's like attention seeking, and like, but you don't actually look at her. You look at the meat.
That's it,
right? And maybe a lot of people ate the meat that night. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they threw it away, which is a shame.
Where does it? Or it went to the discount meat market.
Probably.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you have a dog, that's a diversion. You have a long hair, it's a diversion. You have a hat, it's a diversion.
Yes.
Facial hair is a diversion.
Why do you think people have children?
Diversion.
Right? And not only that, but hey, here's another thing, right? If you're walking around as a single individual, right? If it's just me, really hard to take a lot of focus away from me. It's just me. So why do people want relationships? Now there's two of you, right? Now they can't really sense what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? So this is why we want to get married too. Because now it's a diversion.
Yeah, it's an army of diversion.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, look over here, but you're not seeing what's happening over here.
Right.
So basically everybody turns into a magician if you think about it.
Basically, we are all magicians, and the only crime is not knowing you are one.
Exactly. That's so true.
That's so true.
And also, we have to talk about this because like we're talking about hair.
Yeah.
We're talking about our heads.
Yeah.
So obviously people get older.
Yes.
Both, and everything in between. Everybody gets older.
They do.
And what do you do when you start getting gray hairs? Do women see it as aging, or is it wisdom?
Right.
Right. And I think your opinion on this is valuable.
Do you think so?
I think so, because people want to know. Like, is it like, should I have a problem now, or is this actually an opportunity? What's your take on this?
I think if you color your hair, it's all over.
You're lying.
Well, it's not about that. It's just about, like, if you are that, look, you cannot be a man and get caught coloring your own hair. That's just not legal. And I would say if you got gray hair anywhere, if it's whatever phase of it you're in, does gray hair necessarily mean you're wise? No. But are the odds of a gray-haired person having more wisdom than a non-gray-haired person there? Yes. So I would like to think of it as, if I fought in the Crusades, right? I've murdered 750 people a week for 8 years. I think I would get some grays. And so I think the way to attack getting your first grays is think of each individual white hair that comes as a successful murder in the war against time. Like the crusade of your life, you know?
Right.
Because I'm just saying, like, look, there's something about if I walk into a 7-Eleven and there's a little step that goes down and I don't see it, and then I break my ankle on the way into a 7-Eleven, that's really pathetic. And if I have to live in the reality that I broke my ankle walking into a 7-Eleven in this, dystopian future we live in, that's a depression waiting to happen. So what do? I have to convince myself that I was in the Crusades. I guess what I'm saying is, no matter what difficult thing you go,
by now, do you know that you're insane?
Listen,
just like this, your head is not working, and it's like, okay, here's the ideas, and this is what I'm now saying. When does reason step in here?
Here's the conclusion.
How is walking into 7-Eleven? What has that to do with the Crusades? Reconquering the Middle East? What's wrong with you?
Look.
If you break your ankle in a 7-Eleven or strain your ankle, you're a fat idiot, and you could never fight in any war.
That's what I'm just saying.
And you should be on a diet, taking Ozempic, whatever. It has nothing to do with Crusades anymore.
Wait, listen. We all agree. If you break your ankle walking into a 7-Eleven, you're pathetic. And if you get gray hairs for no reason working as an accountant, you're also pathetic, right? So whatever we do in 2025, we're pretty much pathetic, right?
Sure.
So you have to think of yourself as a warrior that has returned from the Crusades. And each white hair is a testament to your suffering and your struggle and your pain and all the people you murdered. And
okay, that makes sense.
Right. So
yes.
That's what I was trying to put into context there. Is like, you have to think of yourself as a warrior, right?
Right.
But you're fighting, time.
You're fighting time.
With a sword.
Yes.
That's all. So look, it took a while to get there, but that's it.
Thank you.
How do you deal with gray hairs? They're actually white, by the way. They just come in one at a time, and so they look gray. But white hairs, you deal with them. They're a testament to the eternal battle against time with your sword. Right. So that's why you have to at least try to convince yourself that they represent wisdom because of all the murder you've done in this fictional war. But women and other people will see it as he's falling apart.
Basically, what you're saying is you have to accept it, and instead of being sad about it, it's actually increasing your value on a different market because it comes to power and wisdom.
The war market.
The war market. Right.
Your value as a fictional soldier has gone up massively.
But also, the war market, the military industrial complex, it's a big business.
It is.
What is it? Like the biggest business in the world is like pornography and war and computers or whatever it is, right? So
how about you? How do you attack this white hair stuff?
Yeah, no, I don't really do anything.
It starts in the beard,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it crawls
Yeah,
its way
yeah.
up.
There is some. There is some.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
How do you handle it
I don't.
psychologically?
I just like, it is what it is. I'm slowly dying, and
Stop looking in the mirror. That's another one.
well, that's another one. Yeah, you can decrease the mirror situation,
Yeah.
but you can also just like learn to live with it and kind of look at it as an opportunity. Look at it as like, okay, now I actually have to start being a grown up.
I thought you were going to say it's an opportunity to get more power over other people.
Yeah, but being like, more people, more power, more
Money, prestige.
more money, prestige, and again, I mean, luckily for us, I did actually have this argument recently with a very intelligent woman who said something I didn't think about. That's the sperm quality of men, because women, they lose their fertility after a while.
Right.
Okay. But also, because I always thought that, okay, but men can have children forever.
Right.
Until we die. Which is true, but the quality of the sperm is actually decreasing. And since the 1970s, it has decreased 51%. Sperm.
Right.
So, and also something I didn't know, which kind of was kind of an interesting fact, was that when a man gets older and have a kid, the DNA is more compromised. Like the genetic thing that the sperm now gives the egg is kind of more broken. So the child is more susceptible to autism, disease, and it's a worse quality.
Right.
Right. So that's what I learned recently,
Right.
which is kind of sad. But it doesn't change the fact that women lose their fertility, which I think, it's a bad thing. And, or I don't know necessarily bad, but okay, that's sad that there's a time stamp on the reproductive qualities.
Right.
But men can have stupid children until they die if they become 93 years old. They can still make children, but they're freaks. But they're still children, which I think is certainly a quality.
Charlie Chaplin had a kid when he was 73.
Yeah, and
That
he's a
kid-
freak today.
No, he looks fine. I mean, he's got a bit too many tattoos and long hair and a leather jacket.
Freak.
But other than that,
There you
nothing's
go.
wrong with him.
Who's he? Charlie Chaplin's son?
Yeah. The Charlie Chaplin son is like 62 now.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. So, great things are happening on all fronts.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the gray hair thing is, I think, I mean, if there was ever anything that was going to motivate you to be feared by others, it would be white hairs in your beard. Because if people fear you, they won't mention it. And then you won't think about it as much.
Yeah. But also you can just shave.
Yeah, that's I guess.
You can shave.
I guess.
Get it off that way.
Yeah, I guess.
That's one way to do it.
Right? That's one way.
It's one way.
It's one way.
So, but anyway, so I think this is
Real quick question for you.
I think this is important stuff. I just want to say it's important stuff, but I think it's not the end. That's my point.
What do you mean it's not the end?
The hair thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Steve Martin, he went gray early,
Yeah, he became white
and he was great.
in his late 20s.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a friend who became gray when he was 29.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Clooney.
Clooney.
He became gray.
Yeah.
He's been like an old man forever.
He has.
Ever
since the ER days.
Sure.
So the yes, here's the thing. Those bags from Versace? What are those really expensive bags called? The ones that cost like
like Louis Vuitton stuff.
Yeah, like $2,000, $2,500.
Yeah.
Like really expensive bags, right?
Sure.
Let me ask you this: if you knew a guy who could get a discount
Oh my
on those,
God! Are you still there?
Listen, I just want to know how people think. I don't understand people. Okay, I feel very alone. In
You
this
don't
world.
understand people?
I don't understand. I'm
I
standing
thought
up.
you were the most. You're out there living.
Well, listen, fine. I think they're all wrong and they should learn to be like me. But I don't understand them, what they're already thinking is sort of a baseline. I'm standing at the discount meat market, right? Trying to get deals, and I'm loving life over there. But if I have to show up at some sort of fancy event where they're like, ooh, look at us, we're drinking champagne. I'm like, lame. And that's where the other people are like, oh my God, I'm part of something. So shitty. And during COVID, everyone was like, oh my God, we're all best friends. Meh. Hated it. So here's my question.
Yeah.
A normal person who wants one of these bags, if you say, listen, I know a guy who can get me a discount on an original bag. So I can give you 80% off that bag, and it's an original. Do they not want it now because they want it to cost that much and that's what gives it value? Or do they still want it and then now they appreciate the discount?
But if you get like a Christmas present and then they like, oh, you bought this for me? This is crazy. And then you forgot to take off the price tag.
Yeah, so me.
Right?
Yeah.
And it says like 60% off or something.
Yeah.
It kind of loses its moment. People
As-
want a gift that is full price.
As a Christmas present, of course it loses its moment. But as like, hey, I know a guy, right? Who can get
Yeah, but
you
that's a
stuff.
different thing. Like that's about like having contacts.
Yes,
like,
it is. It's about having a network of
I have a guy who has a van and he has bags in the back.
You don't even want to know about the van.
You don't want to know about where these came from.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he's like, you think they're hot? Could be.
Could be hot.
Yeah, it could be hot.
But anyway, so I think these are important questions, and I think also when it comes to like the we've talked about this before, but I think it should be reiterated,
Right.
that male baldness.
Yeah.
How to tackle male baldness? Yes, getting gray is one thing, but the big kahuna is the baldness.
True.
It's dangerous. People have lost a lot of sleep, their family.
Gray hairs to male pattern baldness is like getting a splinter to having your leg ripped off.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people bombard us with letters like, I'm going bald. What do I do? Right.
Yeah. What do you do?
And you told me the solution to this a few years ago. And you know what? I've had great sleep ever since.
Well,
because I know if it ever happens, I know what to do.
Listen, here, let me just talk for a moment here. Okay. This is my take on this. This is where I stand when it comes to the male baldness agenda.
Right.
Okay. Yes, they're taking your hair away.
Yeah.
Okay. But they will never take your guns.
That's right.
Okay. So, but when it comes to the baldness thing, if you are a skinny guy and you're losing your hair, I'm sorry to inform you, but you have to go to the gym. There's no way around it.
Right.
You may think that you look stronger now because you're bald, because a lot of people who are like a bouncer at a bar, they're like bold and like fat. And they're like, oh, he's strong. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But because as soon as you have hair, you kind of look a little bit weaker in a way, right? There's something about that. But if you skin your head,
I think you look less psycho.
Yeah, maybe it's the scary element of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who are strong, they shave their head to look stronger. It's a trick, right? So the point is, you have to go to the gym, and you have to go to somebody who provides you vast amount of testosterone.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
It's true.
There's no way around it.
And also shave off whatever's remaining.
Oh yeah.
So you got to go skinhead.
You got to go full 100% full metal skinhead.
Watch American History X for inspiration.
Yeah, you can do that, especially the beginning.
Especially the beginning.
So
now, so I've got vast quantities of anabolic steroids. I've shaved off the rest of my head.
you're going to the gym at least 3 times a week.
Right.
You're building muscle.
Yeah.
You got to build the muscle.
Uh-huh.
You got to.
And why?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, it's a very, very easy answer. Okay? It's because you have to shift the focus from your baldy head down to your body. That's the way to go now. You have to look like a scary guy who has power.
Another diversion.
Diversion.
Right? It's always a diversion.
You got to look strong.
So I'm assuming you should get a dog too then.
I mean, it would help.
Wouldn't it though?
Get a dog who looks like you. That is important.
What-
Strong dog, like what are the dogs called?
Bulldog,
like
I
pit
think.
bull.
Pit bull.
Because a guy who's bald, he looks like a pit bull.
Yeah.
If you think about it. And then you buy a chain around your neck and you put the same chain on your dog. You're like the same person in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Right? And so,
Because, I've heard stories that many people find somebody repulsive, but yet they sleep with them because there's a power element,
Right.
right? And I don't know why they do this. I'm just reporting from the fields here.
Right.
They're like, oh my God, he's bald, he's like kind of fat, but he's strong. And that's kind of hot, but it's also hot that he's not hot. It's like, it's a weird thing.
Right.
So, it's because if you're a lawyer, you're defending some guy and you're like a thin guy in a suit with like, you know, the fake shoulder pads and stuff. And like, yes, I find this, where were you on April the 2nd and blah, blah, blah. And like, he's a thin guy. And everybody's looking at like, who's that bald, strong guy who's like on trial for attempted something, right?
Right.
And like that's more hot than that skinny guy with the money and he's like in Porsche outside the court hall, you know. So that's how that works.
But if you're walking down the street, okay, you shaved your head, you got a matching bulldog, you got a gold chain,
Yeah.
maybe some gold teeth, you're full of anabolic steroids. Isn't it then directly irresponsible if you're not also threatening people for a living?
So here's the other point.
Right. Right.
Because the point is, if you meet a bouncer, right? This is how they scare you with the baldness. If you're a little bit strong and you're bald and you're a guy with a hair and you're kind of fit, but you're arguing with a guy who's bald, but he's like taken off his hair and he has just like complete skinhead. That's a guy who has nothing to lose. And who's the worst enemy you can have? It's a guy who has nothing to lose.
Because he already lost it all.
Because he has nothing.
He lost it all.
He lost it all. And if he's willing to do that to himself,
Yeah.
what do you think he's willing to do to you?
That's it.
And that's where the scary parts comes in.
Right.
And people respect that.
And now the tables have turned.
Yes. Hey, who do you think you are? And then you just look at them and like, oh, he's bald and he got nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
I have everything.
I mean, look, very often I can find myself cooking or near candlelight or near a fire. And if I suddenly sense that, oh God, my hair might catch on fire, my whole world breaks down.
Right.
I mean, that's fear I've never even felt before.
100%.
Imagine if my hair catches fire, I got to put it out. It's going to smell terrible. I need to fix it. What if I need to shave it off? I mean, I can't even think about it. But that's this guy's everyday life. And he's not afraid of fires. No, and he's not afraid of anything.
He's walking through fires. He eats fire for breakfast.
He does.
The point is, if a guy is bald and he's strong, people are scared.
What do people feel when a guy's bald and he's skinny and doesn't have a dog and isn't collecting money?
If you're not bald, strong, have a bulldog with a chain like your own,
Yeah.
and you're in a tracksuit in the middle of the day, unemployed, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
But just out of curiosity,
Yes.
why is it a problem for you?
Why is it a problem for me?
I mean, listen, if you're a guy who is employed without the dog, doesn't have a chain, and you are skinny and you are bald and you still have the hair on the side.
Well, the women don't respect you now.
And why?
Because you don't have the power. You're not a scary guy. You're a guy, like, what would you do now if, like, some trouble are brewing at the bar or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Are you a guy who jumps into action? Or you're like the thin guy with, like, the no hair? Like, you're like, I don't have long left. Like, I don't have much time.
You know what I mean? Because basically what you're saying is you have no choice if you go bald than to do this.
You have to.
Right? And that's just science. But I also feel that the skinny guy who works as an engineer, who's going bald and everything, he lost his hair. But the other guy you're describing, he took it off so that he could swim faster and run faster and fight faster.
Yeah, but the point is,
the
thin engineer,
Yeah.
with the money and the car, he lost his hair.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to cope with the loss.
Yeah, he is, isn't
But
he?
the guy who lost the hair, who went to the gym, he lost it all, right? And there's a difference. There's one, like, it's the guy who rise from the ashes.
The Phoenix.
Yes, he's the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who took charge. You know what? Fuck this. You know, I'm gonna be a guy who's making trouble.
Right.
I'm a warrior. I'm one of these crusade idiots that you talked about.
He's on a crusade.
He's on a crusade.
Right? So he's fighting the world in his way.
And women like a guy who have power.
Who's fighting?
Who has power.
And they like a guy who's fighting the world.
Fighting the world. And every guy who's on testosterone, unemployed, walking around with a dog that looks like him is in an eternal battle with the world.
Right. While the other guy, he's in mourning. He's given up. He's lost the battle.
He's just like
yeah.
And the other guy, he's like, yeah, who wants a piece of this?
Who wants a piece of this?
And then women are like, oh my God, he's like Conan the librarian. No, the barbarian.
Conan the librarian.
Yeah, that's another guy. You don't want to be the librarian. You want to be the barbarian.
That's it. And that's the essence of it.
That's the essence of it. Okay, people. I think that's the information you need for this week.
I think
to get it out in the world to like then conquer as much as you can.
But also spread the word. Like male pattern baldness is not what it used to be.
It's not the end.
It's the beginning of the war.
It's the beginning of the war.
The eternal war.
Yes. Okay, people. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe, like, follow Dex on Instagram, Badass Dex, if you don't follow him. My name is Anders Macaulay, and we'll be back with another Truth Train episode where you are then well informed of what's happening and how to keep sane.
Mm-hmm. Got to stay sane.
Got to stay sane. Stay sane, people.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.